Don't you cry no more.
Hi, Daren Falter here, coming at you live from the Eagle's Nest, my home office here in Olympia, Washington. Thought you'd enjoy a little Kansas to get your blood pumping this morning. And I'd like to address those network marketers out there today who have been in a company before and for whatever reason you failed to achieve the top level of that compensation plan. You weren't able to get to the tip top of your compensation structure for whatever reason. And again, let you know I've been there. I've been in companies where I was just frustrated I couldn't move to the next level. And many times, sometimes it's your issues. Sometimes, I had to look inside myself and say, hey, what is it that's keeping me back, holding me back from achieving that? But in many cases, it really came down to my company, the decisions that my company was making at the time, choices the management system was making on product line, on compensation plan, on the structure of the business, on the systems they were using. And many times those things can be stumbling blocks. Have you ever been in a company, for example, who flattened out and for whatever reason they decided to completely change their product direction and move into another category of products to try to break through that that block or break through that plateau? Have you ever been in a company where they started tweaking with the compensation plan or changing it altogether, expecting that to regenerate momentum, and it never does? Just know that compensation plans, if you completely change the comp plan midstream, all it's going to do is alienate yourself from your top leaders. You can't do that. Sometimes companies would come up with new strategies, new systems, new lead generation software, and all of these things are fine. But if they don't absolutely knock it out of the park with one of these things, it can actually send a company into a tailspin. And I've been there. I've done that. I've had situations where I've completely lost all my momentum based upon decisions that a company made that I had nothing to do with. They didn't consult me. They just did it. And that's the one thing you got to remember as a network marketer. You're in business with partners who are in control of your future. You need to really see eye to eye with these people, and you need to really get a sense that, hey, at any time these guys could make a decision, spin on a dime, and this could affect my whole income. So you really have to know and trust and believe in the people who are running your company. So I've had to do that. I've had to do a lot of due diligence, and if you ask me what I do the most due diligence on in a company, whether it be product industry, whether it be the compensation plan, whether it be the product line, I have to say I look into all those things, but I spend most of my time on the management team. I look into that management team, and I spend a lot of time researching their backgrounds, looking at their past successes and failures, because history repeats itself. And many times you're going to find that if they've done good work in the past, you're going to do good work in the future. And if they've really screwed up royally in the past over and over, history repeats itself many times. So you got to look into that. Well, what I decided to do, and what I'm proposing for you, is that I want to share with you in my system that I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you the strategies, the skills, the principles for scrutinizing and selecting the best company, the best management team, the best upline. And what I've done is I've broken this down into 80 different articles that I've written over the last 10 years. And some MP3s that I actually recorded last year, well, within the last year and a half. And it's about 5-6 hours worth of audio broken down into 50 or 60 MP3s. And these are audio files you can listen to on your computer. You can upload them to an iPod or an MP3 player and listen there. So it just makes it real easy, so you can get all this training and all this information that you need to have before you make your next choice in a network marketing company, or before you make your next choice in a sponsorship line. So that's what I'd like to offer to you. And the only thing that is holding people back from taking this next step, to take yourself to that next level of expertise where you can find a company that you can stick with for the long term, find an upline that can support you for your life, a lot of times it's fear. It's fear of the unknown. It's fear of am I going to spend my money and not get my get my money's worth? And in these tough economic times, you want to take care of your pennies. Well, $39 bucks. You know, I'm offering it for $39 bucks. This is years of my life dedicated to finding this information, this research. And at first I was going to price it up, you know, $300, $400, $500 bucks for all this, you know, 5-6 hours of content, all these articles, all this information. I'm putting in some webinars, and I decided, you know what, that's not, you know, it's just not right in these times where people are struggling. I need to make it affordable for everybody, so everybody can get access to this information, so you can make a choice on your next company that will lead you to something significant. So that's what I've done. I've essentially priced it down to $39 bucks. And that's what it is. So you know, you go down to the bottom of the form, fill out the form, pay the $39 bucks, and you'll have instant access to all of the content, all the MP3s, all the articles, and some of the webinars. I'm excited to work with you. I hope that we can get together on a you know, on a another webinar conference call soon, that I can give you some more instruction. And I have a little surprise for those of you who fill out the form and go to the next page. I have another offer for a select few of you to work with me on a personal basis, to work with me one-on-one with some coaching. So if you want to check that out, it's optional. It's not required, but for a few of you, you might want to get a little bit more intimate contact and get some specific training on the companies. I do offer some, you know, private personal consulting, and also a little bit of help on reviewing the top 10 companies for the year. For 2009, 2010, I always create a new list every year of my top choices, and I go through all the pros and cons and talk about the specific you know, benefits to each program and why one is better than another. So if you find that content interesting, you can check that out on the next page as well. Well, that's it for the day. I thank you for your time and attention. And this is Daren Falter of NetworkMarketingBook.com signing off, reminding everybody to carry on.